So when you watch my channel, you get a warning now because we do drugs in this motherfucker. So you're probably noticing today. Now we're sitting at a different angle than normal. That's because we are not playing a game today. We're doing something else, right? I've got this nice little brown bag right here with some stuff in it. And if you're like me, you like cannabis, right? Really like cannabis. And you're wondering how good is the stuff you can actually buy from the smoke shop, buy from the gas station, buy from the random dudes selling fucking sodas and shit. You know, everywhere sells fucking pot these days. Everybody sells pot these days, you know? How good is the recreational marijuana, all this government weed we got going around? We've got these Porch, Diamond, Hash Hole THCa pre-rolls. Let me give you a look at those real quick. You know, I think they look pretty okay. I haven't actually opened these yet. I haven't looked inside. So right now, we're probably going to have a little bit of a look-see at what's going on here. Let's open one of these bad boys up. Today we're gonna go with we've got Honeydew Haze and we've got Mango Sherbet. I'm not super big on mango flavorings for bud, but we're gonna figure this out. We're gonna see if these are any good. We're gonna give them a smoke. We're gonna do some reading into what THCA is. Let's give an honest review. Boom. Intro. I don't have one yet. So if you're wondering what THCA is, THC is tetrahydrocannabolic acid. And what it is, it's the actual precursor to the THC cannabinoid that we all know and love. Tetrahydrocannabolic acid. And what it is, that's dusty. Like that's pretty dusty right there, you know. It actually, it smells okay. It does smell like honeydew. I think this is why this kind of shit right here is why people say that New Yorkers only smoke spray pack. Because this shit smells like it was perfumed. Like, I'm vibing on that. Let's put that back in the container for now. So, tetrahydrocannabinolic acid is THCA, which is non-psychoactive, which is why it's legal in all 50 states. The workaround with that is when you heat or warm, combust anything that warms up and activates the THCA, it converts into THC, which is psychoactive. So, in other words, you're essentially smoking. Like to me, that sounds like you're smoking pre-bud, like pre-harvest bud, you know, which is whatever. Everybody has access to this, but not everybody knows the weed guy, you know. So that's why we're doing this today. This shit smells fucking good. I wonder if the other one smells as good as this, because we might smoke the mango one first if it does. Like real spiel. Let's give this a smell. This smells fucking. Ooh. That smells like a mango jewel pot. Like genuinely. Alrighty, so let's take our first one today. I can't stop smelling it. It actually smells fucking good. Like really good. Alright, let's light this up. So, and before anybody gets upset, Twitch, YouTube, etc., etc., before YouTube gets upset at me, this is New York. We have access to not only legally recreational cannabis, but it's also medically recreational. So we're covered across the board for this kind of thing. And remember, even if we're not, this is all CGI anyways. It's not real. So we're covered across the board for this kind of thing. And remember, even if we're not, This is all CGI anyways. It's not real. And it is a hash hole, so in the ashes we should see a hole in there. Cheers, my friends. And it is a hash hole, so in the ashes we should see a hole in there. Ooh. Cheers, my friends. You know, first impressions, like I could taste the paper from the end of the roll more than I could taste the bud right now, which definitely to me is kind of like I feel like that first pull out of your joint should really taste like the weed, like you know, that's why we burn the wicks off. Like that's why we like open them up, like you know, you want to taste the weed. Like I personally pack the end of my joints down and I don't even twist them, I just fold them down flat and burn that right off, because if I'm rolling a joint I want to be able to taste it. Like I just fold them down flat and burn that right off, because if I'm rolling a joint I want to, but other than that it tastes pretty good. Like once you get past that initial first puff of the paper, but other than that, it tastes pretty good. Like once you get past that initial first puff of the paper. No, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. You know, I haven't smoked today either, so this is gonna be the first smoke of the day. We're gonna see how hot this gets us. You know, so far, right? If I really had to say, if I had no other way to get bud, and this was the only thing I had to smoke, so far I would not be upset. You know, at my spot, this cost 14.99 plus the tax. You know, cannabis in New York goes off a luxury tax, so it's kind of like one of the. It's just one of those things you got to do. I want to say with the tax, it's like $17. You know, a pre-roll, which is a little crazy, but you know, you're also getting like it's recreational. You know, you're only getting so much for so little. Pouring smoke. Like I hope that comes up crazy on camera too, because it looks crazy in real life between the sun and the lights. You know, I just got a big like mouth feel of that fucking honeydew flavor too. Like actually, like the only real complaint I have about this right now is that the tip has a lot of extra paper on it that I but that's as easy as just taking it and tearing it off. Like that's not even torn off. That's all the extra paper on the end right there, just pinched together. Right. So let's backtrack for a second. We're gonna read the box. Let's read the tube. Porch hash hole THCa pre-roll, rolled in keef and hash, 2 grams. Net weight point 0.07 ounces. This one is a sativa honeydew haze. Yo, if you watch this, right? Drop in the comments. Do you like sativas, indicas, or are you more of a hybrid smoker better? Because people think that there is a difference. People think that there's no difference. And really, the difference is just how you feel about it. What are your preferences? Like, drop that in the comments down below. Let's get some engagement going. Tell me what you like to smoke. Matter of fact, if you're looking at it right now, too, you can hit that little button right there and like this video. You know, it's not getting harsh yet either. Like on a smoothness level, I give it a solid like 7.5. Like this is a really smooth smoke for what it is. Right? Like it's got this little bit of like a harshness on the back of the throat though, so like maybe if you're like a little more sensitive to that type of thing, like you don't like your throat to like feel hot while you're smoking, which nobody does. I personally don't like it. It might be a little bit of like not as pleasant of a smoke, but this is actually real nice. It's been a minute since I smoked like a joint to my face, you know? We're gonna smoke 2 of them today. Ooh, goddamn. Yo, I really thought I was tripping. My Twitch is still playing in the background over here, like, cause I have it up on my own side. That's funny. I heard myself coughing. I thought I was tripping. So now I'd like to say we're about halfway through. You know, doing our things. It's a fucking. You know what? I think that's the first swear word I said this whole time. Actually, was that fucking right there. But when the bot goes to edit this, we'll find out. Hey,
What's up?
nothing. Are you okay?
Yeah. I can smell the joint in the kitchen.
How did it smell?
Harsh.
It
Like,
I mean, hey, that's a review, baby.
like it doesn't smell bad. It's just like
No,
a
like
whole half.
here, take this real quick, right? Open that and smell that and tell me what it smells like. It's a super specific mango flavor
Okay.
way.
But you know what this smells like? Anybody who has smelled a mango jewel pod. That is
Thank
exactly what
you.
this smells like.
That's what I fucking said. Was this smells just like a mango jewel pod.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's funny. That's you know what? It's not unhelpful to know how the joint smells to everybody else. That would be my girl. She is the guest character on the stream, like every once in a while, you know. It's just how it is. She doesn't smoke, you know. She smokes every now and then. So she smokes every now and then, right? Because like she waited until she was a teenager to smoke. You know, she didn't like I started smoking crazy early. I thought that was out. It's not. We're gonna let it go out only because I want to see if it tastes different. You know, when you take a joint, right? And I gotta stop talking to the chat right here because we're not streaming here today. But when you put your joint down and the oxygen actually gets to the weed after it's been burnt, it changes the way the terpenes like interact with like it's something to do with I don't want to talk about shit that I don't know really know about, but it makes the joint taste different. It affects the terpenes like after being lit and then put down for a while. So what we're gonna do is I have this sandpit turtle. Here's our ashtray, little buddy. Sandpit turtle. That's got me feeling a little high. I need to stand up actually. Like that got me. Shit. You know, so like if I had to rate it, I'm probably like a good like 6 out of 10. Like if that makes sense. But it's like an intense 6 out of 10 high. Now, if you're also like me, like I mentioned, right? I started smoking young. A lot of people start smoking young. It's how it is, you know? The issue being, though, is that the first time I ever smoked, I was probably about, and like, don't judge my mom on this because it's not her fault. It was the neighborhood we lived in. I was about 7 years old, you know, and it got offered to me by some dude, no idea, like, had any business talking to nobody, right? Hey, fuzzball, come here. Nope, come here. Are you baked? I'm fucking baked. Yeah, after sitting for a second, it's definitely a 7. Like a nice little 7 out of 10. You know, I'd say I'm pretty. I'm nice. Like if I smoked half that joint and had to like go do something, I'd be able to go do something. Yeah. Alright. Go. You had your 15 minutes of fame. But yeah, so my actual first time smoking weed, right? I grew up in a neighborhood that was predominantly like it was ghetto. You know, it happened. Like I grew up in a lot of places, but this place I was thinking specifically was probably uh like we lived in New York in Sullivan County, right outside of Monticello. You know, Monticello's not a great place. We let this sit here for a second. Let's poke off some of those ashes. All right, let's give it a relight. You know what? Let's use the wick this time. I don't know if it's a plus to anybody, but super easy to relight. I fuck with that. Yeah, I guess we're just gonna chill and smoke for a second. Like, I wish I had a little bit of like a way to get some B-roll, like a some cool shots or something. But I fuck with this. I fuck with this heavy. Like, if this was the only thing I could get, like, as a serious smoker, and like y'all who've been on my channel before know, I do rips on camera. Like we're doubling down now by doing reviews and shit. Like, I'm looking at it right now. Like, you know, I know whatever. Like I'm talking like people watch me, but you know what? I'm gonna start talking about it and it's gonna start happening. That's how it is. I fuck with this. I fuck with this heavy. Like if you guys want to know what we're watching on the other screen, this is what it is. Like this is what I've been staring at this whole time. Like over here. But yeah, this visualizer is what we've been watching on the other screen, like low key. It's just kind of fire. Like there's no noise or nothing. It's just like some shit. What do we got? I watch a lot of bullshit. Hotboxing another Walmart toilet paper fort. You know, Fulcrum's videos are all like named exactly what they are, right? Like, shout out to Damian Luck, bro, for being the most honest YouTube creator. Like, hey, bro, smoking in a Wendy's bathroom and then doing a kickflip over his mom, and then the video will be like, goes and he starts up. He's like, "What's up?" Like whatever that thing that he does, the Yodi gang. You feel like that shit cracks me the fuck up. I feel like more smoke is pouring off when I hit it than I'm actually inhaling. Like it's putting a lot of waste off into the air. And what it I think it is because these raw papers are supposed to be able to breathe, right? But like if they can't breathe, the smoke escapes and it doesn't pull through. Like this is actually packed really tight back here. Like overall, it was a really nice smoke up until here. You know, like if I play something, does it come through? Oh yeah, I do. All right, bet we're gonna watch a Fulcrum video, bro.
Try anything you see in this video at home. We are trained professionals. I am a trained professional.
Yeah, man, we are professional. Weed smokers, bro. Trained professionals. Don't attempt this at home. That's a good point. Bring that up again. Let's be real. We all like to smoke weed. Everybody smokes weed. It is not in my non-professional medical opinion, it is not good for you as a human being to inhale a carcinogen of any kind. This can be medically harmful to you. That is the disclaimer. That is the disclaimer that I'm going to cut out of this part of the video and put at the beginning, right? Smoking in general, smoking anything, vapes, weed, tobacco, especially crack, is bad. It's bad for you. Like that's what we're getting out here. Like, we are trained professionals. We know the risks and we accept that. That's why we do it. You only get one set of lungs. And ours are high. Let's go. Back to the video.
For I am the original fulcrum. You feel me? But yeah, Yodi family, everything's CGI. We're on a Hollywood set in Hollywood, all paid for by my investors.
It's getting there.
The songs are finally out now. East Side of the Mountain, my new album, is released on all streaming platforms. Go slap East Side of the Mountain. You slapped it yet?
Facts. Shout out to everyone on SoundCloud that was running it up, but it was only on SoundCloud.
Make sure you guys go listen to it on SoundCloud, but run it up on Spotify, Apple Music.
SoundCloud. East Side of the Mountain. Let's listen to a track.
Crazy, I still smoking, so I'm smiling. I'm sinking in the east side of the mountain. I just call it Yoni Land, it's where the purple sky is. I moved to LA on this sacred land, I'm thriving. I'm just out here Yoni Land, I'm smoking dope and driving. Yeah, I'm driving.
I'm not gonna say I think it's bad, right? Because the beat's fire. I just don't think I get it. I don't think I'm on the wave, bro. That was not my speed. So that's out. Doggone. So my honest opinion on it was the initial light tasting mostly like paper, like, was kind of a bummer, right? Because the joint smelled really good. It smelled like honeydew, it smelled sweet. Like, it didn't smell like weed, honestly. Like, it didn't smell like pot. If I had to be honest with you, the middle of the joint to like the the 2/3 joint was like peak, right? That was like the peak flavor. Like, it was the best smoking part of the joint because once it started to get thinner, it honestly was packed down like really tight. You almost couldn't pull that well. Like, once it started to get like real resiny. Now that we're at the bottom of the joint, though, after a second relight, you know, I had to say it finished off strong. I'm nice and high. Overall, I'd say the pull was a solid, like, 5. It was like right there in the middle. It wasn't clogged, like you could pull it. It poured off more smoke, though, that I feel like I inhaled. You know? The smell, I'd give it a solid 8. Like, it smelled really good, but that's also a double-edged sword because honestly, this type of shit is why everybody thinks New Yorkers smoke spray pack. As for the actual high itself, this being like my first smoke of the day, right? I haven't done nothing else. I'd say it's a solid, like, I'm a good, like, 8 out of 10 high. Like, I'm right on the cusp of being, like, stoned. Yeah. So that's the review. I'm gonna make a cut here so this isn't in the video.